That was a nice little ride there. Oh my God. Hello folks. Welcome once again to a secret, undisclosed location hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, comes in the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, Wallace Ryan. That's me. Anyway, had a great time last, earlier in the week, shooting the big books of 2018 with my good buddy Dennis Osborne, and we got a lot of good responses to it and all that, and we just had a lot of good fun. So check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Now this week, of course, being one of those weird weeks, of course, with being Christmas and all that, was only 2 books came out this week, so I decided I'd do a special episode on Newfoundland comics. As most of you know, this comes to you live on tape from St. John's, Newfoundland. Newfoundland being as far as you can poke a stick in North America. For those of you who don't know where Newfoundland is, look a map of North America, and the most easterly part of it sticking way out into the Atlantic Ocean, that's Newfoundland. That's where I am. So I decided to chat a little bit about the local comic scene, and I got some little items to show you folks. This week, instead of tea, I actually have a smoothie that I made myself. Made from banana and grapes and nutritional yeast and all kinds of other cool stuff. So we'll do our books here. First of all, the books that came in. First of all, from the good people at Dark Horse Comics comes BPRD, Hell on Earth, Part 4. Anything by, I love anything, of course, by Mike Mignola, as most of you know out there, and this book, of course, is no exception. I'm still a few episodes back, so you know, I really don't know what happens in this, but I mean, up to this point, I've been loving it. So in some ways, I almost love BPRD as much as I do Hellboy. So if you're a big fan of Hellboy, you should definitely check out BPRD. BPRD. Now, here's a close-up look at some of the cool art. I think Mike does a great job of finding other artists who work well with him, and who work well within the whole Mignola-verse. I mean, he's had a wide range of talents and all that, and looks, and they all seem to work. So run out there. Oh, there's all the extras, of course. Love the extras. So run out and pick yourself up BPRD, Hell on Earth, Volume 4. Let's slip the old jacket back onto it here now. Always try to take good care of the jackets too, right? Really drives me crazy when I rip a dust jacket. Anyone else out there like that? Okay, it's probably just me. Yes, it's always just you. Last but not least of today comes the Bronze Age House of Mystery Omnibus Volume 1. It's a nice companion to the House of Secrets one that came out earlier. The thing I love about these is just it's such a wide range of art styles all in one book. You get everyone from Neil Adams to, let's see here, to Bernie Wrightson, Jerry Grandinetti, Joe Orlando, I do believe Alex Toth, Neil Adams, Al Williamson, Wally Wood, John Solardo. The names just go on and on. Bill Drott, some old stuff, Mort Meskin and all that, a couple of reprints from earlier ones. Let's see, who else? Oh yeah, there's one from Sam Glansman and Mike Sikowski. So that's the thing I like about these, is just you get a ton of stories in all different artists. So you get a real look at a wide range of styles. Even some Sergio Aragonés, actually. Jerry Grandinetti, who doesn't love his stuff? Alex Toth there, the master himself. Grandinetti. So yeah, real wide range of great artists here. So if you look, really cool art. Definitely pick up any of these mystery omnibuses from DC. I highly recommend them. I've been loving them so far. So check it out. Oh, there we go. House of Mystery. Omnibus Volume 1. So I really hope the DC keeps going with these and some of the other classic horror titles of the early 70s. It's a potpourri of fantastic art. Oh, there we go. Whew. Got that out of the way. Now let's jump into Newfoundland comics. The history. Woo. So way out here on the North Atlantic, of course, we're very far removed from the entire comic book world. But comics do out, and I guess the real birth of Newfoundland comics could be traced back to 1976, when I met a great friend of mine, Gerry Porter, at an art camp that was over one summer. I think it was 1976, as a matter of fact, and he was into comics. I was into comics, so we struck it off right off the bat. As a matter of fact, look, I'm wearing a pin here from him. I don't know if you can see this pin. Oh, let's get in. This is one of his characters on a moose. And so we began hanging out and began drawing together, and we worked on student newspaper together, and we decided, hey, wouldn't it be cool to do a comic? So we got together, and finally in the year, which year was this? In January of 1979, so this would have been a couple of years into our friendship anyway. Like I say, we'd done some comics for the student newspaper and all that, and just as we were getting towards the end of high school, well actually I was in a trade school at this point, just before we both headed off into university, we put out this comic, Zeitgeist. It came from a company called the Existential Press and Chicken Farm, which was basically Gerry and myself. And it was a lot of fun. We had printed at as a matter of fact, at the College of North Atlantic, what's now the College of the North Atlantic, here in St. John's, Newfoundland. And we sold it at a place called the Escape Hatch. We gave them an ad on the back to help pay for it. And it was great little magazine. I love the cover. This is by Gerry. He was a master artist. He was. So this I always liked. This is his opening editorial there, and then our table of contents. That's some of my art, which I'm not a big fan of now. Of course, who is a big fan of their old art? This is an old Ira Zappa, a character he created. It's another one of mine. This is actually a poem written by local author and filmmaker Ken J. Harvey. And this was another one of my strips. I was still working out the whole drawing process. But I love these last pages. So Gerry did these one beautiful single page sort of stories within one page. So that was pretty cool. I like that. But unfortunately, we only got 2 issues out. This is the second issue. I love the cover on the second issue too. Oh, and there's the ad on the back. And here's a close-up. The cover is absolutely stunning. He started that very small, but then it just grew bigger and bigger. This has a story in it that's one of my favorite of his. It's called Does Anyone Want to Buy a Used Zappa? Featuring his character, Ira Zappa. So this is really cool. Check it out there. Now this is into a poem I did. And then another poem. Something from another contributor. It's I think this is a poem I did from my friend Dwayne Dope. And then my story here. Unfortunately, a few pages got smeared in the end, but still pretty good. And then we end off with Gerry's little masterpiece there. So it's pretty cool for, you know, just a couple of kids. So this would be 1980, I think. And it's 79, okay, October 79. So January and October. This was just when both of us went into university too, so. And we started then doing comic strips for the Muse. It's the newspaper of Memorial University here in Newfoundland and Labrador. And he did actually quite a few, oh, hang on a sec. One of our lights have fallen down here. There we go. That's a lot better. So yeah, he did quite a few Ira Zappa strips and stuff like that for them. I did, geez, what kind of strips did I do? Oh yeah, I did a strip called Cosmos Jones. A character I utilized later, actually. Funny enough, in the comic I'm about to show you. Anyway, so the years passed. Picture all those sort of calendar pages going through. And I went off to the Ontario College of Art, and he went off to Ottawa around the same time, and he became president, I do believe, of Canadian University Press, and we actually then I came back. I also went to New York for a year as part of my art school experience, and then landed back here in St. John's, Newfoundland, and in 1985, 86, we got to work on a magazine called Arts Information. We did a lot of comics for them too. And then in what is the date on this? In 1990, so let's go all the way up to 1990. In 1990, or in 89, 90, I met a young lad by the name of Todd Lidstone, now known as Fox Lidstone. How's it going, man? And we got together and we did a comic called Toxic. And we did 2 issues. And funny enough, same with the Zeitgeist, there were only 2 issues of those. Same with Toxic, we only got 2 out. I don't have the copy of the first one here, but I never really, even though I designed the cover and all that, wasn't my favorite. The second one actually worked out a lot better, and this is the one I really like. This is Todd's art here now, and based on a design of mine. And on the back, of course, is an ad for another comic book store, Yancey Street at the time. So, and that's Todd's illustration of my character called The Bagman, which I'm working on a Bagman story now, as a matter of fact. So this was a fun comic. It was great working with another artist. So I mean, I did the writing and Todd would do the drawing, and he did an amazing job. This is, oh, look at this page. Always loved this page. Anyway, this is the Forgery 4. They're a parody we did of the Fantastic Four, and it was pretty cool. Actually, I kind of liked it. Oh, and this is where they face Gloom, their greatest villain. Then this was a Sherlock Platypus. This was a character I did who was a detective and a platypus. This was kind of a noir film type of noir comic. It wasn't too bad. And then this is Downtown Arabia. And this is Unit 17. This is actually the first time I think I was ever inked by someone else. So it was kind of interesting to see my art only inked by him. And then this was my last story of Downtown. And then Y, a comic. This is a comic featuring the Y people, which were a group of mutants. So anyway, it was quite a bit of fun. Dump site. There's a great drawing there from a fellow Cooper student of Mr. Lidstone's. This is the back page. Anyway, yeah, nice little comic there anyway. So, then from there, nothing happened for years and years and years. Well, I worked on various things. I had my own comic book shop, and I moved away to New York for a while, and then I came back, and when I came back I started to hang out with a very talented artist who actually had taken my very first comic book class by the name of Paul Tucker, and we got together. We created the Breakdown Comic Jam here in St. John's, which is actually this year is the 10th anniversary of it, and we get together every month with all the young and up and coming comic book artists of St. John's, and we talk with them, we hang out, and we get them to do some drawing. It's kind of like a mixture between a comic jam, a comic book club, and a drawing club all together. Now, Paul, this is a book of Paul's here now. This is one of the first big major Newfoundland comics, or comics by a Newfoundland artist. This is Ted from IDW. This was a 4-issue miniseries that Paul had done, and it's absolutely cool. I'm not going to show you too much of this because I'm actually going to have Paul here on a show upcoming very soon in the future. So you'll actually get a look at some of the artwork that went into this too. So me and Paul, we worked really well together. We had great fun and all that. In the meantime, a buddy of ours got some work with DC. A friend of ours by the name of Mike Feehan. He did the artwork on Exit Stage Left, The Snagglepuss Chronicles from DC Comics. So this was a great little get for us Newfoundland artists. So it's a pretty cool concept and all that. I always did like Snagglepuss myself. But yeah, and Mike Feehan draws a mean Snagglepuss. But yeah, he's a very good artist. Very good artist. And let's see. And then of course, recently Paul came to me and asked me if I'd like to work on a comic of his, and I said sure. Comic he was doing for Black Mask, one of the up and coming new companies. So I got together with him and I lettered his comic for him. I inked 2 pages too, but it was great fun. And now this is coming out in late February. I have a little mock-up cover here that Paul supplied me. But so this is a comic soon to come out. So make sure that you get there's the credit up there. And make sure you order yours now and support us. Anyway, and the other thing too was when I told him I'd do it with him, I told him that the only condition was that my credit read hand-lettered by Wallace Ryan rather than just lettered by. Now, last but not least here, and bringing us right up to today, or to the future again, once again, is a comic that I'm working on. This is issue 2. I'm currently on issue 3. I haven't put out any of them yet, but I wanted to get at least a couple of issues in before I did. This is a comic I'm working on called Titus. This is drawn by me and all that. So for this cover is colored by Paul. So we really work well together. So anyway, have a quick look at this. And I'm not going to show you too much because this is going to be there's a lot of swearing in this too, by the way, so I didn't want to get too many close-ups and the like. But it's a fun little story. So check it out. Titus. This is Titus number 2. But this will be, I'm getting this together for a digital publication. Well, that's it for me this week. That's a little glimpse into Newfoundland and the way comics roll out here. Anyway, same time next week. In the meantime, keep on reading. Okay, one more sip of this smoothie and I'm out of here. Okay, love you both. See ya. Bye.